Hey guys, Tina and I are out here today working again in the raised bed garden, and if you hang around till after the break, I'll tell you what we're up to.
Check it out.
Alright guys, what Tina and I are working on today is we're getting ready to plant our beets. But that's a big thing for us. We like to bring you guys the harvest videos, but we also like to share our pickled beets with friends and family. So we grow a lot of beets here. We grow about 3 different types throughout the year. We'll cover each one as we do them. But these are our spring beets. We're going to plant in one 40-inch by 110-inch bed. We'll show you how we prep the bed. We'll show you how we plant them. And later on down the road, we'll show you how we harvest them. But we're going to get into this footage. We hope you enjoy it. It's pretty simple, and then we're going to throw in some radishes and maybe some spinach too. So come on, let's just go on for the ride, and we'll see what we can get into. All right, guys, we're down here by the corn patch end of the raised bed garden, and there's the brassicas you saw us cover the other day, and we got the onion patch going on over there, and the noisy chickens going on beyond them. But today we got a few things to do. First thing we're going to do is we got this long bed here. We're going to go ahead and top this off with some of our super soil. Now I've rearranged the gardening playlist so that if you want to follow the link, we'll put it in at the end of the video there. And I've moved some of the super soil videos higher up in the list, make them easier to find. But if you're interested in those, there'll be a link at the end. But we're going to go ahead and top this bed off with it. I'll turn it in with a rake, and then a lot of times you'll hear me say that we're going to use bone meal with root crops, but we use the bone meal mostly to maintain a high phosphorus to nitrogen ratio. We want that phosphorus at least 2 to 1 to the nitrogen. So we want to grow big roots, not big tops. So if you want to grow big tops, use nitrogen. If you want to grow big roots, use phosphorus. But most of the time you want to maintain at least a 2 to 1 ratio of phosphorus to nitrogen. So we're going to use this Job's Organic. We're going to skip the bone meal this time. Show you a product that all of you guys can find. These are at the big box store. We're going to use this Job's Organic vegetable and tomato food. And it is a 2, 7, 4. First number being nitrogen is a 2. And then the 7 is your phosphorus, and then your potash is your 4. But we're just worried about those first 2 numbers with a root crop. So we want that second number is about 3.5 times as high as nitrogen. So that's what we want. So we're going to go ahead and use this vegetable and tomato feed right here on this bed once we get the super soil on it. And I'll bring you back when we've got this bed a little closer and more dressed up. All right, guys, we'll jump back in here and take a quick look. We've got the light coat of super soil on there. We've got our Job's fertilizer on there. You can see that dusted on the surface there. But probably this size bed, I probably threw on 10 handfuls. So we don't get too particular on the measurements. We're more interested in the maintaining the correct ratios of the nutrients. But if it's a little more or a little less, we count on our good soil for make up any differences there. But we'll go ahead and we're going to get this stirred into about the top inch. We never really stir our fertilizers in too deep where they're going to leach down through the soil anyway. So we like to keep them up high where the roots of the plants are. So we'll go ahead and get this stirred in, and then we're going to start the planting, and I'll bring you back and show you a little bit more of that. We'll walk down here and we'll take a look. Tina's getting ready to put in some radishes, and let's see what else. I think she's going to plant some spinach. We'll go down there and look at her bed, and then we'll bring her right back. Alright guys, we're down here at the other end, and these are the beds you saw where we planted our watermelon and stuff last year. You can see that a lot of the organic material and stuff's made it to the surface and needs to be reworked and stuff like that. And to show you the difference, that bed there, the one Tina's working in, is topped with the super soil, and we've got the Job's fertilizer on there. Maybe you can see it's a lighter brown, so I'm sure you can see it dusted over the surface here. She'll go ahead and work that in with just her fingertips, and then she'll be able to plant there. I think we'll go with half a box of spinach and half a box of radishes. But I just wanted to show you the difference. that dressing your boxes each year, and it doesn't cost us that much, dressing your boxes each year lets those plants start out with a good amount of soil, good amount of good soil that they can root into, and a lot of stuff that'll leach down through the bed and improve the soil that way too. So we'll go ahead and get back down here and start working on these beets. And like I said, if you're interested in that super soil recipe that we're using on these boxes, it'll be in the tag at the end of the video, and it's in our gardening playlist. We've moved them up towards the top, and if you enjoy the gardening videos or want to see some more harvest, just work your way down through that playlist and that'll show you quite a bit of what we do here. Alright guys, like you've seen us do in the past, we're going to be hand planting the beets, and for this go round we're going to use Merlin beets. I like the way they grow in the early spring. We use a pelleted seed because we're going to be planting by hand. I'm going to put in each beet individually, so I need to be able to get a hold of them with my fat fingers. So I'm going to go ahead and use these pelleted beet seeds we got here, and then I've got some other ones coming in we'll use later in the season. We use different kinds throughout the season, and we'll plant different kinds in the summer and different kinds in the fall, but they'll always look basically the same. So we get them in a pelleted form, makes them easy to handle. I'm going to go ahead and start throwing these in. I'll explain a little bit more when we do that, but I wanted to show you these pelleted seeds we use, and inevitably somebody asked what kind we're planting. I would prefer that you called customer service at Johnny Seeds or a reputable seed dealer and find something that grows well for you in your area and does what you want it to do. Some people want a storage beet, some people want one for canning, some people like a sweeter beet, some people like the older large traditional beets. But it would be better if you would contact customer service, and they've got a great website you guys can go and visit. It's just johnnyseeds.com. But go over there, call their customer service agents. They'll be glad to talk to you and find you something that they recommend in your area. Now, we're not sponsored by Johnny Seeds. We've just used them for years and years, and we've always been happy with the results. But we just wanted to let you know, since somebody will inevitably ask. So we'll just take a look here. Those are the pelleted beet seeds, and we're going to get rolling on that. We'll bring you back when we're a little bit closer to done. Alright guys, we got these beets plugged in here, and there's no rhyme or reason. The rows aren't straight or anything like that. They're just in about a 3-inch by 3-inch grid, and I couldn't tell you, there's hundreds of beets in there. So if anybody wanted to do the counting, there's the picture. You can slow it down and count them up, but there's at least a few hundred in there. But we'll go ahead and let these come up. I'm gonna dust them over real quick just to get the seeds under the soil. Then we're gonna go ahead, got the hose out here ready to do some watering, and we'll go ahead and get these watered in. But one of the reasons too I wanted to mention why we use a pelleted seed is a lot of times when you're planting seeds and you have trouble with germination, people think it's your soil temperature, or it's your, is it being heated from below or above, or is, did I do this right or that right? One of the major components is soil contact with the seed. The seed needs that. It draws moisture from the soil. It draws nutrients from the soil, and it also, the nutrients and stuff in the soil wake up the seed and start the germination process. It's that little bit of kick, those little bit of nutrients that tell the seed, along with the moisture, that it's time to wake up and do its job. So these pelleted seeds, they're covered in a clay. The clay has some micronutrients and stuff in it, but in just regular clay itself. But the clay makes sure that the seed has 100% seed soil contact. Like if these weren't pelleted, I would have to cover these up, pat the soil, wet it, hope that the seeds had good contact. But knowing that they've got that clay around them, and try to give you a look at some of them down there in the holes. But knowing that they've got that clay around them, I know that they're at 100% soil contact, and when I wet this bed, those seeds will be ready to wake up and go. So I also like buying from the seed company we had on here. I'm not going to keep mentioning their name, but I like buying from them. They print their germination percentage on each package. I know I'm getting fresh seed. They work directly with their suppliers. They're not just repackaging the seed, and then selling it as their own. They're actually in contact with the people producing their seeds, and they're doing lot testing, so I know the germination percentage, and that's a nice thing to have when you're counting on what you grow as what you eat. So we'll go ahead down here, we'll get these covered up, and we'll take a look at what Tina's got going on at the other end. Alright guys, real quick, we're down here at the bed where Tina was working. She's being a little camera shy today, so we'll just go ahead and show you what she's been up to. Kind of hard to tell. She put in a couple rows of radishes at each short end of this box. We don't eat that many radishes, but we do like them kind of as a seasonal treat. So we'll grow a few. We put in a couple rows at each end of the box, and then the center of the box is planted in spinach. So neither crop takes very long to grow, and we'll be able to get those up, harvest them, and get them in and get these boxes replanted for summer planting. These will be great boxes for we've grown squash and stuff down here, and this end of the raised bed seems to do well with the melons and stuff too. So we'll see what we're going to do with this box next, but we're going to put some fast growing cool weather crops in here for now, and get us a little harvest out of this box. Alright guys, we got everything covered up, and Tina's getting stuff watered in. She's sprinkling the brassicas here. They're a little wore out in the afternoon sun, but we got this beet bed planted here, and we'll get that watered in. And then we've got down there on the other end the spinach and radishes that she was working on earlier. That bed looks really nice now. It's wetted down. But we'll go ahead. We're going to call this a video, wrap it up, and wave hi to everybody, T, so I don't think I buried you out on the backfield.
No, I'm still here.
You still here? All right, guys. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up. I'll be back to wish you well. Alright guys, that's about going to wrap it up for today's video. We're glad you enjoyed it. We hope you enjoyed it. But we had a good time. But we got the beets in, we got the spinach planted, got a few radishes poked in the ground. That'll hold us for now. We got some more stuff we got to do today. Got to do some running around, pick up some more stuff to get planted. And just an ongoing process here. So we appreciate you guys coming by. I'm glad you guys take the time to come here and watch our videos and leave those comments and leave those thumbs up. We really appreciate them. And if you guys like the content and you're new here to the channel, we hope you'll subscribe. Down there next to that subscribe button is a bell. If you ring that bell, that'll send you notifications whenever we release a new video. That's keep up with the channel, guys. But we sure appreciate you guys taking your time to come and visit with us here on the home. Go ahead and put that link up to our gardening playlist right up here in the corner, and soil. Taking the have questions, leave them down below. We'll try to get to them as quick as we can. We appreciate you coming by the channel. Hope you'll check out that playlist. We'll catch you in the next one.